Hello, it's Dr. Albanese. And I'd like to start out by just saying it was a pleasure meeting you during your first appointment in our office. Now, this is your pre-report of findings video. This is a video that will help you understand the information from your exam and x-rays that we'll be reviewing with you during your next appointment so we can help you better understand how chiropractic can help you. Now, it was also very important during our consultation for us to have a full understanding of what your health concerns are, how they're affecting your life and your lifestyle. Also, what the different stressors are that have been placed on your body over the years. Because we found that problems usually don't start when symptoms appear. It takes time for problems to develop over years. And so it was important for us to understand the falls, the accidents, the sports injuries, your daily routine and habits and the different ways that they can be putting stress on your body, as well as sleeping positions. Now, it's also important for us to understand what your goals are, how we can help you achieve those goals through chiropractic care. Now, during this report of findings video, I'll be explaining a couple of key points. The first one is why we perform the exam and x-rays. And that was to determine if you had a condition of your spine in which your spine is misaligned, causing inflammation to develop around the nerve, causing nerve interference, which is called a subluxation. A subluxation, as I mentioned, can happen as a fall or an accident or take time to develop due to patterns, lifestyle patterns over years. Now, a subluxation can cause pain or it can cause a myriad of symptoms. We take care of a lot of children and infants, and in the infants we see symptoms sometimes as colic or reflux or problems going to the bathroom. As young children, ear infections, allergies, asthma, young ladies, young girls with menstrual cramps. Adults, well, that can be a myriad of symptoms. Just like kids, unfortunately today, neck pain, back pain, headaches, migraines, sinus and allergy problems, reflux, problems going to the bathroom or constipation, a myriad of symptoms. Now, how can a subluxation cause these problems? Well, it's because the nervous system controls and coordinates every part of your body. Your nervous system consists of your brain, spinal cord, and nerves. And your brain controls every function of every organ of your body through information that travels along your nervous system. Ultimately, it's your body's way of coordinating and controlling every function of your body. And it's your brain's way of acclimating to the changes in the environment, both inside and outside the body. Your body has to constantly adapt, and it does so by sending information to the brain, and then the brain sends a command and tells your body, this is how you need to change or acclimate to those changes in the environment. Now, how do subluxations develop? Well, in infants, oftentimes it's the birth process. All the pulling and twisting on the neck puts a lot of pressure on the cervical spine, and a subluxation can easily develop just a slight misalignment that can go undetected for years. Children in sports and activities, all the falls and spills they have, or when a young child is learning how to walk, how many times they get up and fall. Falling asleep and their head nods to one side or the other. And then later on, as they're spending more time on the electronic devices, phones and iPads and computers, and then the posture they have while they're using those devices, as well as carrying a heavy backpack over years in school. Now, as adults, we develop the same type of patterns, postural patterns, spending hours at work on a computer, at a desk, not moving much. Postural patterns at home, when we get home and we're finally tired and sit down on the couch, how we sit and how we fall asleep in bed or work on the computer or view our phone while we're in bed. Postural patterns like that silently develop subluxations. Or activities, could be good activities like exercise or yard work, but it puts stress on the body and over years develops into postural changes within the spine and develops subluxations. Or just stress in general can upset the nervous system, cause imbalances, that can lead to subluxations. Basically, any type of physical, emotional, or chemical stress to the body can upset the nervous system and cause subluxations. Now, we determined if you had subluxation by performing two computerized exams, the thermal exam and the surface electromyography. Now, the thermal exam that you see here measures inflammation. The one on the left shows a clear reading, all white lines. The one on the right, you'll see red, blue, and green. That indicates different levels of inflammation. Red is severe, blue moderate, and green mild. Now, the second exam we performed was the surface electromyography, the exam that measures the muscles. This exam, you'll see here, white lines, indicates a healthy, balanced spine because the spinal muscles are balanced. Now, the exam that shows the red, blue, green, and black bars indicates asymmetry in the way the muscles are supporting the spine. These are patterns that develop over years. Again, red is severe, blue moderate, and green mild. Black is a high version of red. Now, we also may have taken x-rays. The x-rays that you'll see here are from the side where you'll see curves. Those curves are very important in bringing about stability and balance in the spine. The other view is from the back, and here your spine should be straight, and this is fairly close to being straight. It's a real person, so it's a pretty good depiction of how the spine should look in a healthy individual. Sometimes subluxations develop as a result of a fall or an accident, and they happen right away, but most often they develop over years. Patterns that we develop or injuries over time develop subluxations. So what I'd like to do is illustrate how some of your subluxations could have developed over years. And I'll create a timeline here just to give you an example. Now, this first x-ray is of Savannah. Now, when she started care, she was 8 years old. She fell down some stairs and she had some discomfort, but her mom wanted to have her spine checked simply because she was having problems going to the bathroom. She would have 1 or 2 bowel movements a week. So her mom brought her into the office to have her spine checked to see if she could have developed subluxations. Now, we checked her spine. In this case, we took an x-ray and we saw this curvature. Well, you can see the curve in the spine is in the same area where the nerves control the bowel function. After a series of adjustments, Savannah's bowel function returned. She would go to the bathroom once a day, normally. Now, she's still under care today, about 15 years later, just for maintenance and wellness care. Now, if she never got checked, she could have turned into some version of Ashley, who this x-ray is of Ashley. She's 16 years old. She had migraine headaches, reflux, and really bad menstrual problems. Now, we started taking care of Ashley, and over about a month or two, as we're correcting her alignment, correcting the subluxations, her symptoms slowly went away. Now, she's under care at 16 here, but now she's about 24 years old and has no problems during her cycle. In fact, she's pregnant and she's carrying her baby well with no pain or discomfort, no migraines anymore. Had she been checked at 8 years old, like Savannah, maybe she wouldn't have developed these problems over years. And if she had never been checked, maybe she turns into some version of Casey. In this x-ray, Casey's 34 years old. And she first started care because she was going to have a total hysterectomy. She would have migraines, really bad menstrual problems and cramps and low back pain. She would miss work during the course of a month. So we had the opportunity to meet Casey, start adjusting her, and over a period of about 3 months, she started developing a healthier cycle. No longer had migraines, back pain, no longer had problems with her cycle. And in fact, today, about 15 or 16 years later, she never had a hysterectomy because we just needed to remove interference from her nervous system. Now, had Casey gotten her spine evaluated at 8 years old or 16 years old, like Savannah and Ashley, maybe she would have never developed the problems she had later in life. But all too often, that's how problems develop. Now, this is an x-ray of John. And John, like many people, never had symptoms. He had his spine evaluated, and this is what we found, these severe scoliotic curves. Now, during his consultation, we found that John only went to the bathroom about once or twice a month. Once or twice a month. You heard me right. Now, as a result, we started adjusting John, and his bowel function started to return to a more normal cycle where he was going to the bathroom every day. He thought that was abnormal at first, but over time he started to realize his body was healthier. And that's why we check kids for subluxation, and that's probably how your subluxations developed over years. The intent of this video was to help you better understand the information that we'll be explaining to you during your report of findings. Until that appointment, I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day and be well.